Well, I'm being joined tonight by a football administrator. Segun Solanke joins us tonight on Game On. Thank you so much for coming through tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show. And actually, you've been here before by proxy,
yes,
right? Because we've interviewed you before when your son actually made history as the youngest goal scorer in the NLO.
Yes, very well.
That's an amazing story. How old was he then?
It was 14.
14. A 14-year-old, wait, hold on. A 14-year-old scored a goal in the NLO, the third division of Nigerian football.
Yes.
How is that possible? Do you feed him like cement and granite every day? Because a 14-year-old playing against some mature, experienced, battle-hardened veterans, it's not an easy thing.
So that's exactly what we intended to achieve, and we achieved it.
Oh, wow.
He started training since he was 4 years old.
4 years old?
Non-stop, till he was that 14, and we launched him into playing for the NLO team, and good enough, he was able to at least get that goal.
That's incredible.
And that made him the youngest goal scorer in NLO.
Let me get this straight. The NLO team in question is what?
Olumo United.
Olumo United. You own Olumo United.
Yes, I do.
You also coach the team?
Also, no, I'm not.
No, you're just the. So, is there any form of, do I say, former Missy, that kind of?
No.
So it was picked purely on merit.
In fact, for both my team that I have, both in Ogun State and in Lagos State.
Oh, you own two teams?
Two teams, yes.
You're a rich man, Mr. Solanke. How does one own two teams in Nigerian football?
So you see, it's the passion. It is not even the money. I'm so passionate about young footballers that I believe that if we can nurture them, if we can give them the prerequisite, the things that they need, you can be sure that they will excel. In fact, when we had my son, I said to him, when he started football, and was, as he continues to grow, I said to him, we are not going to either add or remove from your age. You will play
with your legal age, bona fide age, yeah.
That's how you're going to play. And I believe that you will excel so well that in the future, you are going to become a great footballer. And everybody who intends to contest your age at that time, we can authoritatively come out.
You have
and we can say to you, to the world.
You have evidence to show that it was exactly 40. So where is he now?
So he's still in Nigeria, and he's still playing. Right now, he's playing for Jodu City.
Okay.
He was actually even in Denmark, and he was also in Italy to play Varejo. And so he's building. He's building. He's now 16.
He's building, or you are building him? Because he can't do that alone. And this is what I'm talking about, the tremendous support that you're giving your child to be able to excel as a professional footballer. Is he also schooling as well?
Yes, he's also schooling.
Okay.
So, but you see, it's the same thing I keep saying to every administrator that cares to listen. If we can give that same opportunity to every child that is talented, they will excel. I am giving it to my child. And just like you said, I don't coach him because I know he could get easily distracted and more relaxed, saying, oh, that's my dad. Daddy, yeah, exactly. But what I do is that I make it open to the coaches. Do what you can for him, with him. If he does not merit it, let him be on the bench. But if you feel that he merits it, let him go ahead and play.
So what's the plan for him? I mean, obviously, you said he was in trials in Denmark. He also played at the Varejo Cup. Is there a move somewhere in the future that we know?
Definitely. He's definitely
scouted already? You've got offers already?
Oh, yes. There are different offers here and there. And, like I said, he will be 17.
Okay.
In fact, just in a couple of days from now.
And I think FIFA rules also state that you cannot leave a country until 18. Okay.
And you see, that's the same thing that you will realize that is happening around the world. We want to move almost every child out of Nigeria as quick as possible, 14, 15, 16. Now, what will they do over there? Because that means you can't even register them unless they are 18. You have to get permission. You have to get all the necessary parental consent, even the working visa. And they won't give you unless the child is 18.
So we've seen some sharp practices, people doctoring aging,
exactly. Wow. So we need Nigeria especially to understand that playing with your right age, starting early, and putting in the work will get you where you want to be. It's as simple as that.
It's interesting, but just quickly, I know his older brother is Ronaldinho.
Ronaldo.
So his name is what? Mbappe? No, what's his own name?
So his name is Patrick. Patrick Adeoluwanimi.
Was he named after Patrick Vieira?
No.
Okay, but I just asking because it's not every day that you meet a boy called Ronaldo.
I know.
But we're still speaking about youth football. I mean, we talked earlier on about the state of youth football in Nigeria right now. The Nigeria under-20 national team will be competing against Ivory Coast for a chance to play in the final of the WAFU under-20 championships later on I think that's later on this week.
Yes.
As well. Only one team will qualify for that for the under-20 Africa Cup of Nations,
yes,
by virtue of the fact that Ghana have been given the hosting rights. Your thoughts on the state of, do I say, youth football in Nigeria, both male and female? Is it as it should be? Are you impressed with it? Because there are academies everywhere, but are we truly churning out quality players capable of playing for our national teams?
I believe that we are doing the best that they can do right now, but are we there yet? Definitely not. Some time ago, Nigeria, all the youth championships, Nigeria is always at the top.
Under-20, under-17.
Under-17.
We're close,
we are always taking it all. But you've noticed that over time now, we are as if we are dropping. And that's where we need to give more focus.
What can you attribute to that? Why are we dropping?
I think it is based on the boys and girls that we invite to those teams, to the national team. Are they good enough? Or are we just calling on some people and ask them, oh, do you have
a left full back? So if I get you correct, are you insinuating that many of these call-ups are not on merit? Okay, you said a lot without saying a lot. I get that. So it's fine. I will put you on the spot. But let's take a broader look at Nigerian football right now. The Super Eagles of Nigeria failed to qualify for 2 successive FIFA World Cups. Some have called that a travesty. Some have called that a tragedy. There are those who have said that, look, it's no big deal. If the 3-time multiple world champion Italy have failed to qualify for 3 World Cups in a row, there's no big deal why Nigeria should lament over not qualifying for 2 FIFA World Cups. Do you agree?
It is a big deal. For us in Nigeria, for Africa at large, it is a big deal.
How so?
Nigeria happens to be the first Africa to win Olympics. That was in 1996.
Yeah.
Tell me why, by now, we should not be a contender to be winning the World Cup as the first African.
I can actually point out to a lot of things, actually, but I think the biggest issue would be maladministration.
Simple. And that is where it lies. Can we have the right leadership to get us across the line so that Nigeria can really be well represented? That we cannot see, there is this economic value that is also attached to every World Cup. So you know that for every World Cup that comes around, that 4 years, there's the whole world looking at where should be the next place to get players. That's one of the things that we keep missing in Nigeria. If Nigeria was at this World Cup, I can assure you, we would have at least launched 1, 2, 3 players into the
global
world.
limelight, yeah.
And that alone transcends to other clubs, academies in Nigeria. So missing it that's 8 years.
It's unacceptable.
It's a total tragedy.
But earlier on, you mentioned something about leadership, and I mentioned something about maladministration, and the Nigeria Football Federation are having their elections very, very soon. I personally have my issues with the Nigeria Football Federation. I don't think they're fit for purpose in the 21st century footballing ecosystem. But in your opinion, and I know that there's going to be elections for the new president, what kind of man what kind of individual should we be looking to elect into the executive committee of the Nigerian Football Federation? What kind of people do we need? Because there are those who say it's a closed shop of old friends who know each other and basically call, oh yeah, it's your turn. What kind of individuals do we need in order to run our football?
We just need someone who believes in Nigeria, who believes that there are talents that can be ushered into the global stage. Forget yourself as the individual.
Your ambitions.
Your ambitions.
Of being on CAF committee or FIFA committees.
Forget all that. Let's look at... You see, there is this thing I say to some of my friends, and I keep asking that year in, year out. Take, for instance, we have a window that is open right now, right? And in different clubs, different countries, there are players being bought.
True.
Give me one in Nigeria today.
Wait, you mean players or clubs?
Players.
I mean, there's been quite a few, I think. There's a young boy who is called, plays for Grassrunners Football Club. He's joined Reims. There's Zadok Yohana, who's also joined Brighton. I mean, there's so many of them currently going around.
Now, all the ones that you've mentioned, when they bought from Nigeria league, club, academies directly.
Yes, one. That's the one who, the young defender who went to Reims. He was bought from Grassrunners, yeah. But it's a strange thing, actually.
Look at it. So we have our MPFL. And up till now, we can't... You see, we should be in the same market.
With these same global clubs.
With the global clubs.
I see what you're saying. So you're saying we should be able to move players directly from Kano Pillars, from Sporting Lagos,
that's where
from Rivers United to the big clubs.
In football is.
It's interesting. So are you saying that our model is wrong? Why teams close abroad come to buy younger players from academies rather than established professionals in the MPFL?
Because I want to believe that certain leadership are just so comfortable that our young talented players can go through that route rather than we making sure that our league is so good that Emmanuel, Real Madrid, name them, can actually look at our own league and say, oh, there is a good player there. Can we get him?
It's interesting you should mention that. I think the last time that a player went from a Nigerian club side to a top European club was maybe Taiwo, when he moved from Lobby Stars to Olympic Marseille, correct?
Exactly. No, you're very correct.
Yeah, I think I'm struggling to think of somebody who went from Nigeria, the NPFL, to a top European club.
I think after Taiwo, if I remember, I can't remember his name now. I think through Eyimba, there was one player at that time, I can't remember how much or whatever, that was also moved. But the point is, we regularly, Nigeria should be in that space.
I totally agree. But earlier, you also mentioned something about the Olympic Games. And 30 years after guiding Nigeria's dream team to Africa's first Olympic men's football gold medal, former coach of that team, Johannes Bonfrejo, says he has not received any reward or recognition from the Nigerian government. Bonfrey revealed that he was excluded from the medal presentation podium, resulting in the disappearance of his personal gold medal. While members of the victorious squad received national honors, cash rewards, and houses, the Dutch coach said none of the promised benefits reached him. He also disclosed that the government pledge to provide him with a house was never fulfilled, describing the lack of appreciation as one of the greatest disappointments of his career. Now, I need to come to you, Segun. This is painful, if this is true, but I don't think it shouldn't be true, because there is a part of our national anthem, well, the one I remember, the labors of our heroes past shall never be in vain. I quote that everywhere I go.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, Bonfrejo is a Nigerian hero for what he did for this country. Does he deserve any kind of recognition? There are those who are saying, I mean, he's a foreigner.
So, if it is true, like you said, which we don't have,
we cannot verify. Yes.
It's not verified. It should not be, because if other members of that same team have been given theirs, then he ought to have collected his own too. I would not see in every Nigerian season, tournament and all, there is always one issue
or the other,
concerning the welfare.
Bonuses have not been paid,
you know,
or there's always something going on.
I'm telling you, it's just the same with the Falcons that are playing now. At some point, there were the rumors, oh, they've not been paid, they're just going to be settled. Then all of a sudden, everybody's saying, oh, they are already paid, whatever is due to them.
We can confirm that they haven't received anything. They haven't received anything.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I spoke to someone who's quite close to the players. He said, as far as he knows, that the players told him they have not received anything.
Oh, no, but don't forget that they were also giving the document to their land.
Document to land is different from actually seeing your land. There's something we call audio money in Nigeria, Mr. Solanke. If somebody will promise you money, but it's nothing for you to see the money.
So let us believe. Now I believe we have an NSC that is up and doing.
Yeah.
They are trying as much as possible and as quick as they can to get so many things sorted across all the sports federations and all that. Now, I believe that for them to come out at that level, that here is the document for your landed property.
There is a genuine intention.
I believe there is a genuine.
Okay.
Yes, it probably came too late. But at least let us believe that
there's also government bureaucracy that
you know, all those things they have. So many things that they will probably need to sort out.
Okay.
But what we're saying is there is no need for it to stay that long. If you have players who have represented the country and they have
brought honor to
them, then honor them immediately.
So basically what you're saying is blessing delayed is blessing denied. Okay, I see what you're saying. Thank you. That's another quotable quote from Mr. Segun Solanke, who says quite a lot without saying a lot. But let's also mention the fact that a 5-member Confederation of African Football delegation has concluded its inspection of facilities proposed by Nigeria to host the 48th CAF Ordinary General Assembly at the 2026 CAF Awards, led by Dr. Christian Emerua of Nigeria. The team assessed key venues in Abuja, including the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, the Transcorp Hilton Hotel, and the Bola Ahmed Tinubu International Conference Center, which is earmarked for the General Assembly. The delegation also inspected Lagos facilities, including the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, the Eko Hotel and Suites, and the Wale Soyinka Center for Culture and Creative Arts, selected for the CAF Awards. CAF officials praised the quality of the venues, stressing the importance of delivering a safe, seamless, and memorable event. So that's something to look forward to in just a few days or a few weeks, where the CAF General Assembly and the 2026 CAF Awards will be taking place in Nigeria. Now, let's head over to our WAFCON update, because there's quite a lot to talk about. Host Morocco and Algeria. Yeah, we'll take a quick break, and we'll mention the fact that the WAFCON update is coming up next. Thank you so much for staying tuned. You're still watching Game On here on News Central TV. I still have football administrator Segun Solanke in the studio with me. Together we'll be looking at Nigerian football. And let's also mention the fact that the women of the national women's team of Nigeria are currently campaigning at the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. Well, hosts Morocco and Algeria, they booked their places in the quarterfinals of the tournament after finishing first and second, respectively, in Group A. Morocco secured top spot with 7 points, despite being held to a goalless draw by Senegal, where Yasmin Mourabet scored a twice-taken penalty after goalkeeper Aji Ndiaye produced 2 outstanding saves. Algeria defeated Kenya 2-0 through goals from Marine Defeur and Linda Bendris to finish second with 6 points. Senegal ended the group with 4 points, but were eliminated, while Kenya finished without a single point. Morocco will now face the Group B runners-up in the quarterfinals, with Algeria taking on the Group B winners after Tuesday's decisive fixtures. And speaking of Tuesday's decisive fixtures, live scores from Morocco indicate that Ivory Coast, they are currently beating Tanzania by 2 goals to nothing, while South Africa are leading Burkina Faso by a lone goal as it currently stands, that means that Ivory Coast would win that group, and they will be followed by the Banyana of South Africa. Once again, the live score as we speak is Ivory Coast leading Burkina Faso, I beg your pardon, by Tanzania by 2-0, while Burkina Faso are currently losing to the Banyana of South Africa. And if it stays this way, as we expect that it should, the Ivory Coast will top that group, and they will also be followed by South Africa. What that means is Morocco will face South Africa, while Ivory Coast will take on Algeria in the quarterfinals. Now, tomorrow, there's a very crucial game for the Super Falcons of Nigeria. They face Egypt, and they need to win that particular game because Egypt are bottom of the table without a point after 2 matches already eliminated. Nigeria need to beat the Egyptians and also hope that Malawi beat Zambia or draw with Zambia in order for Nigeria to go through. This is incorrect because Nigeria actually second by virtue of head-to-head against Zambia. They beat Zambia 1-0 in their last game. So it's Malawi, Nigeria, Zambia, and Egypt in that order. Nigeria expected to beat Egypt, but they're hoping on a good result from Malawi, who need either to play out a draw with Zambia or beat Zambia in order for Nigeria to progress. Once again, the calculators are out again, Segun, and it seems like a recurring feature of Nigerian football. Were you surprised at how the Falcons performed in that opening game against Malawi? I was stunned, actually.
Everybody was. Everybody was. You would have expected that definitely Nigeria would beat them outright.
Time African champions.
And just stay up there.
Facing a team that's qualified for the first time.
For the first time. But if you also look at it, how many matches did they take before the tournament? I think it was only one.
So well, they played Tanzania. But before then, I also think they also played Senegal they played friendly in Ijebu, in Abeokuta. Can't remember the team against. Was it Benin Republic or so? But so you're basically
the preparation was too low. They needed more so that they could gel together, and I think that's what affected them. Nevertheless, we've played that. We've lost. Second game, you can see they came out and they've been able to win that. Now, we all expect and know that Nigeria can do it against Egypt and go all out. But we are back to the same thing that we do with every tournament we go, whether it comes to women or whether it's the Super Eagles, and everybody begins to bring out the calculator, then you begin to do your calculation. And we should move away from that. Get every national team prepared early enough. Be able to decipher who should be in the team, who should not.
Who is coaching the team?
Who is coaching the team.
Exactly.
So all the things that surround a team to be able to do very well should be taken care of even before the tournament.
So basically, you're calling into question the quality of preparations that Nigerian national teams get. You're not only Super Falcons, everyone.
Everyone. Is the same thing. Look, take for instance, under 17.
Oh, that one is ridiculous. They just basically appoint the coach a month to the game.
Exactly. And before you say Jack, even before the Robinson, they are already in the tournament. Then everybody is always now hopeful and say, oh, they're going to do very well. Nigeria, we've got the talent.
So, but the NFF will argue that, funds are a major source of concern, that ordinarily they would like to prepare these teams for longer, so they can't even camp a team for as much as a year. Do you disagree with this?
I'm
always scared when you breathe too heavily.
Because I believe in preparation. You should have everything tabled out long even before it comes.
So you work short-term planning, medium-term planning,
and the long-term
planning. Okay.
So you work towards it. You know this thing is coming. For every tournament that every national team is going to take, you already have a calendar. You know it is coming. So why do we always have to wait till the dying minute before we push them out?
That's an interesting question. Well, hopefully the Super Falcons will do Nigeria proud, get a win against Egypt like we expect them to do, and I hope that Malawi, please do us a favor and do the business against Zambia. If that happens, that means that the Super Falcons will also be able to qualify for the quarterfinals of the Women's AFCON. And don't forget that this edition also serves as a qualifier for the 2027 FIFA Women's World Cup.
Women's World Cup, yes, it is.
It's very crucial.
Very crucial. And I think it ought to be the last four that will qualify.
The semi-finalists will qualify. I think the fifth base team will play an intercontinental playoff. So we don't want that intercontinental.
We don't need that. So that simply tells us that we need to get over this group stage and then get over the next stage as well, because that's when we can easily move from saying whether we are available to qualify or not. At least we must be in that semi-final for us to say, yes, Nigeria has qualified.
Okay. Well, that's our take on the WAFCON update. More to come on the show, but let's quickly progress and tell you that the Senegalese Football Federation has reportedly reached an agreement with former France international Patrick Vieira to become the next head coach of the Teranga Lions. The former Arsenal captain arrived in Senegal on the 29th of July and has already held talks with Federation officials. However, an official announcement of Vieira's appointment has been delayed due to an unresolved contractual issue involving current head coach Pape Thiaw. So we're seeing ex-internationals coaching national teams all across Africa. It's not a good thing for African football. Eric Shaw also played for Mali. He's also coach of the Nigerian national team as well. Is this good for football, for ex-footballers to get back into the game as coaches?
It's becoming quite interesting, though, because you will also see that globally it's happening in almost everything. So it's a good thing. Trust me, it is a good thing, because that tells you they have been there, they've played it, they've lived it, and they can always also extend it to the team that they want to be coaching.
Okay, what is your impression of Super Eagles coach Eric Shaw?
He's doing his best as far as I'm concerned right now.
Is he the best that Nigeria can afford? Is he what Nigeria needs, in your opinion?
I'm not sure about when you say what Nigeria can afford.
Because your NFF will tell you that we can't afford the multi-million-dollar coach.
So let us start from how much was it that he got?
I think initially his first contract, I think, was $50,000.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's he getting now?
A bit more than that, actually.
About 100.
But he's also asked that they should pay for his assistants. Initially, he was paying from the,
So at the end of the day, we are actually moving up the ladder, meaning that there is provision for us to say we can pay.
There is money.
There is money. There is money.
You know, if we had gone to the FIFA World Cup, there would actually have been much more money.
Now, that's what we're talking about. So you see, when I said the economic value.
Probably $12 million.
Exactly, minimum, just for qualifying. That if we know that the economic value of attending World Cup is this, and it trickles even more to other teams, other clubs, other academies, we will make
we'll make it a point of duty to qualify for everything.
So it's the barest minimum that you will expect of our national team will be to qualify.
I totally agree.
Then our achievement will now be to say we are getting to quarterfinal, we are getting to semi-final, and like I say, for me personally, I am looking forward to Nigeria, my country, to be the first African country to win the World Cup.
Wow, those are fighting words. Where there's Argentina, there's Brazil, there's England, there's Spain.
Before we made it in 1996,
we said it was impossible. Okay,
there's nothing impossible.
Well, Hervé Renard has also returned as head coach of the Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire for a second spell, replacing MS Faye, despite the latter leading the Elephants to the 2024 Africa Cup of Nations title and their first ever World Cup knockout stage appearance. The 57-year-old Frenchman previously guided Cote d'Ivoire to AFCON glory in 2015. Meanwhile, pressure continues to mount on FIFA President Gianni Infantino, despite abandoning his controversial World Cup investment proposal, with criticism now coming from inside the football body. FIFA's Chief of Global Football Development, Arsene Wenger, said withdrawing the plan was absolutely necessary, while Secretary General Matthias Grassom reportedly described the episode as a sad and reproachable series of events. So, your thoughts on this entire fiasco, actually?
It was a wrong move.
It was a wrong move?
Total wrong move.
You think so? I mean,
so.
The attempt to raise $20 billion for football was a wrong move?
No, not the attempt to raise that money. It is the attempt to sell it to private ownership. You see, one of the things about football is the fact that you know that to the most common man, that is their joy.
So if you now sell it to private equity firms, I mean, look at the last FIFA World Cup. The ticket prices were just ridiculous.
Very ridiculous.
But Mr. Solanke, thank you so much for coming through tonight. It was a pleasure having you on the show. Well, quite engaging. We enjoyed having you on the show. Hopefully we'll have you back subsequently.